and printing your result to console. That's controller.
Control,
Yeah.
то есть оно должно между N и V. Чтобы контролировать, да?
Вот чтобы контролировать, надо быть сверху. Master of puppets. Yes? Did you get the idea?
No.
Okay. Model. That everything is somehow connected with data. That about DAO. Data access. That's a model. And service. That's something in the middle.
The main function is stuff.
Yeah, and the service, it takes, MVC that's not right term, honestly. It doesn't fit very well. It doesn't fit very well, honestly. It calls MVC, but in MVC, how it explain it? It just explain it in following way. MVC explain it that way. I've got request, yes? It doesn't matter. User input, web request, and so on and so forth. Inside controller, I need to go to the model, obtain data, ask view for that representation, return that representation, and response. You see, I don't like this stuff when I prefer that stuff. That's why there is no good.
It's also not exactly saying.
Everything is not exactly, because everything that's
Under the hood.
yeah. Yeah, forget about under the hood. I mean, but anyway, that more exact stuff, because do you agree? Okay, we have request. We parsed it. Okay, we came to controller. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Inside controller, we go to model. But honestly, we are
Through
service.
services.
Yes. But where is this MVC service?
No way.
Yeah, I just explained it in terms of MVC. You asked me about MVC. I draw MVC and I explained your relation in MVC. You see, that's very easy to say. Okay, read about that and ask me. I'll explain it to you in all of possible combination. MVC, I've got request. I send it to service. Actually, service can do, so that's very, very general. Service can do several models, yes? Different models. But anyway, model have no information about you. So model just return information to the server, isn't it? And again, that service, so that's one way. And on the back way,
It's very clear.
that's one part of service. On the, yeah? And another part of service. And on the back way, we go to that way, and that way. So they missed the service in that part. And that's why they have that combination. Yes? Model, controller, view. So they gave us, so step one, we came to controller.
User control.
Yeah.
Controller to model.
True.
And also
But-
service.
No, to controller. 6. But that's a bit complicated. That's why I decided to put service. And we have it. And that way we have 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You know, we have more arrows. But in that way, it's more that easy to grasp, because we don't have that multiple responsibility in the controller.
If we are going to write a unit test, so is it enough to write a test for services?
Yes, definitely.
Why do we need to control it?
Controller, actually, there is no sense to write test for controller at your level right now, because it's hard to explain what exactly. But when you start writing web server, there is a sense to write a test for controller. For example, I send request to that endpoint, and I want to get web page which will be returned to me. Yes? Did I make it clear-ish?
So model,
It's not clear.
You know, even for me that's not clear. It's still 30 years.
Time matters.
Huh?
Time matters always clear.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. You're right.
so model doesn't have idea about view.
Yes.
So in upper service we have converter. Yes, it's converter.
Yeah.
And
Actually, I would print it in the following way. Again, use him.
Huh?
So that's controller. And again, controller can be from kind of two parts. That's controller, okay? Yes? That's service. After service, we have, I would say, not model, I would say DAO. I would say DAO.
This service is down, you should have
Moment. The first step, request came, yes? First step, do you agree? Any type of request, web request, console request, and so on and so forth. We parse that request. And from that controller, okay, I missed the first part, application with parser, yes? I intentionally skipped. From one controller, we can call different services. Is it clear?
Yes.
After that, from each service, I can call different DAO. Is it clear?
Yes.
So that was first step, that's the second step, that's the third step. Isn't it? After that, I process my data. So I need to return my data to the service. Again, that arrow according to each one. I just show that, okay, let's make it kind of that, yeah? That's number 4, isn't it? We obtained our data. And we need to process it to make it view. And again, from several services, we can come up to controller, and that's the 5 step. And we return the result, response. That's the step number 6. And between DAO and service, we have model, yes? Isn't it? DAO can provide your pizza, user, booking. That's model, isn't it? Between service and controller, we have view.
Actually, after 6 it's zero. 6 response 0. Yes.
Okay. That just straightforward stuff, because at that moment controller does nothing. It just returns that view.
In the future, every application we will create with that.
At least. But in real life, maybe 5-7 layers.
DAO is always abstract methods, yes?
Yes, definitely. Because it can work with file, with database, with so on and so forth.
So
And actually, DAO can be another service which will obtain data from another server. Yes? You know, after service, there are immense layer of like service can be. And before controller, also immense number of controller can be. For example, I want to implement situation when one of my services, one of my servers doesn't work. How can I do that? Easily. I just add kind of proxy, yes, which will hold original request, and it will redirect that request to different group of this stuff. Yes? Did you get the idea? So all the requests came to one point, and that proxy is aware of which one is alive and send request to this one who is alive. Or maybe, yes.
Group of that controller that proxy will send to the.
Yeah, we assume that we have these guys copied several instances. So we assume that we have all of them. But after that we have microservice architecture, when we have a lot of this proxy, a lot of controllers, a lot of services, and a lot of DAO, and everything is this way, and everything is synchronous. So you run request and you'll never know when it will be finished. But forget about that for several years.
is it better to have more services?
In real life, you have a very limited number of controllers, because controller is just exact representation of your business model, business needs. Because each entry point on controller, they just implementation particular business functionality. Yes? Definitely, you will have more services. Because to make payment, you need to get information about user. You need to get information from bank. You need to put information in the log system, and so on and so forth. And definitely, far more entities. For example, you have DAO for days. You have DAO for employee schedule to calculate his salary. Yes? And so on and so forth. So, the deeper we are, the more entities we have. The closer we to business needs, we extract and we represent only we need. On that way, we expose less. On that way, we know more. And the idea is, the final idea is, on each level, expose less, less, and less. In order, if you expose less, you can easily fix implementation, because that stuff which you're going to improve, it isn't exposed. It's internal, it's hidden. I can change it. Once stuff is exposed, it's very hard to change it.
So you mean that less service classes will have the more better ones that change something or fix it?
That's not about less services. The less functionality from service you expose, the better for you, for refactoring, for improvement, for fixing.